thought this would be a good way to just talk about some shows that I don't, they don't deserve a video right now. They don't deserve a video? Goodness gracious. Hi, this is a canvas. So that means I'm gonna paint today. I'm gonna talk about some shows that I don't have enough for a full video, but I just wanted to chat about them. Plus, I like to paint, and I haven't done that in a while. So I'm gonna be making an abstract art piece because that's what I paint. This isn't a tutorial because I paint from the heart. So me and the rest of the world, we're all watching Severance, right? I've only watched season 1, but I've enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's a lot of walking through hallways. Like, if I had to summarize the show, I would say Severance is about walking through hallways. No, I'm kidding. But it is mostly that. Severance is one of those shows that kind of scares me because they set up so many interesting plot points and it makes me nervous that they won't be able to get to all of them and that they won't be able to, like, tie all of them up. It kind of makes me more scared than excited at this point. Just because there's so many shows that either are canceled too soon or like Lost, where it was extended and then they just kind of floundered for a while and they had so many interesting things to say and then they're just like, no, we're just gonna walk in a circle for 2 seasons, and it's like, and that's what I'm worried about with Severance, because at the end of season 1 they didn't resolve anything. The end of season 1 was like a reveal, but not a resolution. And that's worrying. That makes me think, maybe they didn't plan it out. And I don't know if that's the case, but that's kind of what it's telling me. And that makes me scared. And I watched like the first 5 minutes of season 2 and it's already got kind of a different vibe. And that's also kind of scary. Some shows like Stranger Things have a really good first season and they kind of assume that they're not going to get any more. So then they just pour everything into the first season, all their ideas, everything cool, and then they get extended. And they're like, ooh, I don't know what to do. And then you get whatever the heck season 4 of Stranger Things was because they just keep going. Same thing happened with 13 Reasons Why. I know that Severance is not a Netflix show. Maybe that's a Netflix show thing, but I'm just leery. I'm just really leery about that. But Severance is fun. It's kind of spooky. The boss is incredibly unsettling and unpleasant. And I don't know if I like that, but you don't normally see such an unlikable character, which I think is kind of fun. The next show I want to talk about is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2012 on Nickelodeon. I've watched a couple episodes of that, and I love shows where you learn like lessons of how to be a better person. And in season 1 at least, they really talk about like a ninja does this kind of thing. A ninja is able to react effectively. They don't have to overthink all their plans. A ninja's in the moment. A ninja doesn't let their anger control them. And I'm like, that is the messaging I want to see. I eat that stuff up. Like when I was growing up and I would watch Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, and they would say things like, a warrior does this, a ninja does this, this is how to be an upstanding citizen and be strong and capable. and I'm like, I want to be strong and capable like a ninja or a warrior or whatever, and I'm very receptive to that kind of messaging. Like, be a good person and do well for the world and yourself and your family and your friends, you know? I like to see myself as a hero, I guess. All of my favorite characters tend to be the main character. Because I'm like, well, that's the best one. He's the main character. Like Mario or Sonic or Goku. Except for Naruto. I didn't really like Naruto. I liked Naruto's ambition, but he wasn't my favorite character. I couldn't even tell you who my favorite one was. I like picked one, but I don't really like them. Kind of fell off watching Naruto though, so. So the next show I wanted to talk about is Riverdale. I love Riverdale. There's a lot of people out there who are just like, Riverdale is too stupid. It's too stupid. It's so dumb. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, exactly. That's the point of the show. Most of the show, very good. The charm of the show is that it takes itself extremely seriously and the actors are like fully committed to it, even though they're saying the most insane things you've ever heard, and it's written like, what could this character say that is the most insane possible thing at every single moment? Every plot is like the craziest it could have been, and that's sensational. The sincerity of the actors made the show a little too stupid and mind-numbing for the first season and a half, and then midway through season 2, they like really got their feet under them of what kind of show it was, and they started like being meta and very silly and very hammy with the plot, but still kept the sincerity. I love it. I'd say, of course it's ridiculous. And of course the characters have ridiculous names, but that's like part of the fun, you know? It's part of it. And there are 2 seasons that I think are actually just like really good. Like they have a season where they play Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like a crime ring is a crime thingy, and like they think they're seeing the Gargoyle King, but they're just like being drugged through this like ritual thingy, and this guy's dressing up like it, so it's very Scooby-Doo. I don't know, I talk about Riverdale a lot, but I love Riverdale. It's like Scooby-Doo. It's very silly, and then they cast a bunch of very attractive people and put them in pretty outfits. It's like, what more could you want in a show? You know, you could want other things, I suppose, but it's a great show. It's extremely entertaining. What I really appreciate about Riverdale is that they tend to set up and pay off their arcs really well until one time when we had this mid-season build. The characters were getting these VHS tapes, and it was a big mystery who was sending these because it could be anybody. And then we open the next season and they resolve it right away in the dumbest, simplest way they could have, and I'm like, what? And then they just do a time skip and do something else, and I'm like, that was really frustrating. I was like, normally they don't do that, but then, you know, that was a bad sign, and that season opened a really bad season. It was the gas leak season, and they knew it because they started calling it Rivervale instead of Riverdale, and it was like darker and magic, and I was not on board. But then the next season they went back to normal. Everybody had superpowers though, and these superpowers are so stupid and crazy. Like Cheryl gets pyrokinesis, where she can set things on fire, and then they extend that to Phoenix powers, where she can bring herself back from the dead and others back from the dead by setting them on fire with magic. So they say just like off the wall things where it's like, don't worry about it, you can just bring them back with your Phoenix powers. Oh, it's a great show. It's a great show. Now I haven't finished it yet, and I'm kind of delaying it maybe because I don't know if I want to finish it. It's so good. Typically I just rewatch things, so it's nice to have a new show. I know it came out a bit ago, but it's new to me. Okay, I know it's a little bit underwhelming that the painting's not done, but I think that's all for now. Thanks for sitting and chatting with me and painting with me. I hope you had a nice time. I hope that this kind of chiller video is interesting. I know it's different, but I love painting, and I love talking about TV shows. So that was that.